On tonight's episode of Verminators, we're out with the big man, Mr. Wild, as he looks to protect his new shoot and game birds from the clutches of the local Charlie population. Armed with the latest night vision setup from our friends at NiteSite, he's looking for a lamp-shy fox, causing him plenty of bother. It's the end of the summer and pheasant season is almost upon us here in rural Staffordshire. Our very own Mr. Wild is embarking on his first year running a new shoot. He's out on the Great Wall this morning collecting feed for his pheasant feeders. He fills up his feeders and heads off down to the shoot for a day of grafting and preparing for the upcoming season.
Hi, I'm Steve Wild and welcome to Team Wild TV. Today we're in Staffordshire on my shoot. And we're going to be looking at a little bit of what goes on around the shoot as we're getting towards the start of the season. We've got birds that are already out to wood. We've got a few birds behind us that are about 8 weeks old and they're still in the pheasant pen here. This is the last pheasant pen that I've got before I release it. We've also got some partridge further up that are in a holding pen, but we have also released some more partridge. The problem that we've got today is that we've got two problem foxes. Well, we think it's two. They're really lamp shy, which means if they see car headlights or a light, they turn and they run. They're not giving them a chance to get a shot at them. So we've bought some real good kit from NiteSite up tonight and a Hauer rifle, and we're going to use them later on tonight when it goes dark, hopefully to try and get these two bad boys out of the way. That's the plan. But before that, we're going to show you a few of the security measures that we've got around the pheasant pens to keep the pheasants safe. We've got two age groups of pheasants here. We've got some 6 to 8 weeks old and we've got some 10 to 12 weeks old. The 10 to 12 weeks old birds have already been released into the woods, which means we've opened the pheasant pens up and released them out. These guys back here, which is the last pen that we've got still fastened in, if you like, are the younger birds. Well, we're going to show you some of the security measures like the electric fences, the fox wires that we have on the outside, fen traps for the squirrels, the stoats and the weasels as they're coming round. So it's just a little bit of a walk through, talk through, before we show you more of the stuff about the NiteSite and setting the rifle up. And that's Baz, who keeps whinging because he wants to come out and do some dogging in, which we also have to do, but we'll do that later up there. We've got some partridge in a pen up there as well, which is also electric fenced up, and that's where the main problem is, up on the top. But we'll go up there and have a look at that in a bit. Okay, it is exactly what it says on the tin. It is an electric fence that you'd have to keep your sheep in, your cattle in, your horses in. But we're not trying to keep anything in, we're trying to keep it out. These are mainly a deterrent to get rid of the foxes. So especially the fox cubs earlier on in the season, they'll come along, they're sniffing around because they can smell all the pheasants that are in there and they think dinner time. So the electric fence is a deterrent. We run it 2 strands, as you can see, one low, one a bit higher. So if he brushes up against that, he's going to get a belt, hit head for the hills. So that's why we've got that running there, and we have that on a week before. Well, I like to put it on at least a week before we put the pulse into the pen. Okay, I'll take you through and show you the fen traps that we've got set up on the other side, and there's also a fox wire there. As walking through, may as well fill up the hoppers as we go. All the pheasant pens are on automatic drinkers, which is gravity and pressure fed from a cube tank up there, which is great for me, so I'm not carrying 5-gallon drums and filling up static water hoppers all the time. It'd be an endless job. So I use my Bowser, fill the tank up, which then fills all the drinkers up, and it lasts them for about a week and a half. So it's keeping the water fresh, keeping the water clean, and it's good for them. Unfortunately, there's one thing that we can't control, and that's the raptors. That's what a raptor will do to a pheasant poult. Nacked him usually on the back of the head, or traps the body with his talons and then just proceeds to eat him. Starts usually round by his back leg and works his way around. He hasn't left much, as you can see. He's picked the bones really clean, but there you go. Probably a sparrow hawk. This is one of the fen traps, as I said earlier, that we have outside the pens. Just a little run, if there's a stoat or a weasel or anything, decides to have a look in there, squirrel even. In he goes, hits the treadle, bump, fen trap gets him. And we keep them loaded all the time. Okay, this is the fox snare. I've got 2 or 3 of these placed around each pheasant pen on the runways around the outside, because if a fox is going to run round, he's going to follow the outside of the pen. Obviously, he isn't going to come in and go at one pace, he's going to run around it. And hopefully we can channel him up through the path and through here. I've caught 2 foxes in snares this year, but nothing on this pen, which is always good, because it means there's no foxes bothering this pen. Yeah. Another victim of a sparrowhawk. And what I've done there, just to make sure, peeled the skin back on its neck, because if it was a mink that had got into my pen, the mink would have grabbed him and bitten his neck as he's gone up and left little perforations, little bruises where his needle-like teeth have gone in there to kill him. But there's nothing there. Unfortunately, here's another one fallen prey to a sparrowhawk. Pheasant pens, pretty much recommended size is 6 foot tall. Need a good bottom wire, not so much a good top wire, as long as you've got a good electric fence, but I like to have both. As much to keep the pheasants in is as much to keep the predators out. The fox is our biggest predator really. Buzzards are getting more prolific. There's a lot more sparrowhawks, tawny owls that all do damage. The only way to keep them out really is bags on trees. CDs are pretty good hanging from trees. They spin round, they see them, it deters them, but only so much. They are going to take the toll on your pheasant population and your songbird population and everything else. But we can only do as best, that's all we can do. So this is some of the kit we're going to be using tonight. First of all, we've got the Hauer 1500. It's got a Sonic 45 moderator on it with a Nikko Sterling diamond range 3x12x56 mounted on top. And this has got illuminated reticle as well. Works really, really well with the NiteSite. Well, I say the NiteSite, now they're the game changers when it comes to a lampshy fox. First of all, we're going to be using the spotter. The spotter is invaluable really for picking things up. When me and Keith are working, one will be working the rifle and one will be working the spotter. It can zoom and focus out to 500 meters, which is way further than you can shoot, even me. So this is brilliant. It works just like a lamp and it portrays a picture on the back of the screen there. It's fantastic. You can pick anything up, so you're not waving your rifle around for safety reasons. Absolutely brilliant. We've used it a lot in the past and hopefully it'll be invaluable again tonight. We're also going to be using the NiteSite Wolf, the NiteSite kit, just as it comes there. I'm not going to take it out. You've probably seen them before, but the Wolf is fantastic. It's got 3 LEDs. You can identify your quarry out to 300 meters, no problem. We love using them and hopefully it's, like I say, it's going to be the game changer for us tonight. Okay, there you go. That's just a little bit of my day. We're seeing quite a few of the birds. What I have to do during the day, feeding, looking after them. This is why predator control is such a vast part of your weekly routine really. This is one of the few partridge pens that we've got left up on the estate. It's the only one on this side. We've got another 2 on the other side. This one's here pretty much as a call pen, so that they'll chatter and chirp along all day and it keeps the other partridge in the local vicinity instead of them spreading and keep flying that little bit further. They'll hear these guys of an evening when it's time to roost and they'll come home instead of going further away. So that's pretty much it for today in daylight hours. Another hour or 2, Keith will alight from his slumber. It is mid-afternoon now, so we'll meet up for him and hopefully he'll treat me to dinner and then we'll come out, we'll get the NiteSite on the 243 and we'll see if we can get Charlie down.
As soon as the sun set, Wildy and myself head out to the Great Wall Steed. We've been out several times recently trying to find this lampshy fox, but hopefully tonight is going to be the night.
Right, we're back here on the ground. At the minute we're on the other side of the estate to where we were earlier, where the partridges have been released. We've already been kicked out of the pens up here. Got my mucker with me, as normal, old killer. We're double teaming. We're going to be working it just like as if you'd be lamping, but we're going to be using night vision, because like I say, these two foxes around here are causing us some damage, and we think this is the way to go, buddy, don't we?
Yeah, for sure. And for once, I've got the easy job tonight, because I'm just spotting you've got the difficult job.
You reckon?
Done a miss.
I'll try not to.
We assemble the NiteSite and head off into the darkness.
We're on the truck, two reasons really. One, we can get around the ground quicker to get where we're going, and if we're all on the vehicle or in the vehicle, everybody knows where everybody is. Ultra safe.
We move on and spot a small herd of deer making their way across a field in the distance. Into the next field, and once again we see eyes. Could this be our lampshot fox? We give it a squeak and it stops. It looks our way. Roddy gets him in his sights and fires. Charlie down.
The objective of tonight's mission was to get our lampshy fox, and here he is in all his glory. He was even getting where he is when Keith started squeaking. He was looking at us, turning away, going again. But at the end of the day, we've achieved what we come for. So now we're back over to the other side of the estate, see if we can pick up another one.
We move on to the next field and see eyes once again.
Thought we had one there, picked up some eyes, zoomed right in on it, turns out it's a cat. About 300 yards away, walking up the hedge. We stood and just made sure, because all we could see was eyes. Zoomed right in on it, sure enough, black cat.
I reckon we bimble on down and follow this field round. I reckon we might pick something up in the bottom there.
So we go.
Right.
We continue on around these fields and reach the end of our ground. But now it's time to head to bed.
There we go, enough's enough. We're going to call it a night at that. It's way out to the early hours of the morning now, so we've been out a long time just to get one fox. Well, I just hope you appreciate how lamp shy these foxes are up here. Just even with the NiteSite on and the spotter, even at full crank, even at about 300 yards, they're just sitting on the hedgerow, they're just having a look. Granted, it's not the best night for it with the old moon shining down on us like it is, but 3 weeks we've seen him in the same place. We shan't see him there again. His days of pheasant crunching are well and truly over. So it's been a good job. We've come out, we've achieved our aim thanks to the NiteSites. Grand job. Nah, it's not beer o'clock, it's bedtime. Yeah, good stuff, mate. Cheers, buddy.
So, after a long day and night, Wild has finally got his lampshy fox, and the pheasants are a little safer for it. The combination of NiteSite Wolf and Spotter Extreme have proven valuable, and it's another job well done by the Team Wild's Verminators. To find out more about the amazing NiteSite units, including the Wolf and Spotter Extreme, visit NiteSite.com. To find out more about our trusty Great Wall Steeds and the new range of vehicles on offer from Great Wall, visit greatwallmotor.co.uk. Subscribe to Team Wild TV for all of the best hunting videos on YouTube, and click on one of the below links to see another amazing Team Wild video.